Queues forming since daybreak. The COVID cluster in Melbourne's north sending thousands back to the testing sites.
I tried to get tested, but they're full.
They said that it's full, already full.
Booked. They're fully booked.
The source of the latest outbreak believed to be amongst the new cases, genomic sequencing linking the outbreak to an infection from hotel quarantine in South Australia. The strain identified as the double mutant variant currently ravaging India.
We shouldn't be complacent of this variant. It is at least as infectious as the so-called UK or Kent variant.
26 testing sites now operating on extended hours as the acting Premier announced a raft of new restrictions for Greater Melbourne. From 6 p.m. tonight, face masks will be compulsory indoors for anyone aged over 12 years. Gatherings are capped at 5 visitors to a home per day and 30 at a gathering at a public venue. And travel to regional Victoria can continue, but the Melbourne restrictions will apply to the traveller. Schools and workplaces remain open. Further advice for sporting events to come as ticket sales for this weekend's AFL are put on hold and one team put into isolation after visiting an exposure site.
This is about giving our contact tracers the time that they need to track this matter down and get on top of it.
Health authorities warn one of the new cases was significantly infectious whilst out in the community for several days. They say the list of potential exposure sites will continue to grow and more cases could emerge. Public health warnings issued for over 20 locations, including a major shopping centre, fast food outlets and a supermarket initially listed with the wrong location.
We've been through hell. We don't want to go back to hell. We just need the government to make sure it does its job so we can preserve the recovery that we've seen.
The acting Victorian Premier says it's a timely reminder to get vaccinated.
If you are eligible right now, don't wait.
Restrictions will remain in place until June 4.
And our reporter Abby Dinham joins us now live from Melbourne. Good evening, Abby. What do we know about these new cases that were reported just a few hours ago?
Good evening, Janice. Well, Victorian health authorities maintain this outbreak is not out of control. They say the 4 cases that were just announced this afternoon are family contacts of the man that became the 5th case in this cluster. Victoria's Chief Health Officer Brett Sutton says all are being interviewed and retested to determine the whereabouts where they've been over their most infectious period. Now, Janice, Melbourne is just left with a bit of a nervous wait now to see if more cases emerge and also if more restrictions are put in place.
Thanks so much, our reporter Abby Dinham, on the developing news coming out of Victoria.